So hi everybody, this is David. I'm one of the CS3 TAs. Um, Today I'll be hopefully showing you how to work with Unix. For a lot of you, Unix is a new type of interface that you'll be working with. There's no graphical anything, as you can see. It's mostly text-based, and that's pretty much what you'll be working with for the rest of the time at Berkeley, especially if you're an EECS major, so you should probably get used to it. Hopefully this will be very informative for you guys, and you won't run into troubles. Okay, so let's start. Right now I have this window. This is the equivalent of your Xterm window, basically. So basically it's where you'll be doing all of your file moving and naming and whatnot. So what you can do, and the most common command I often use is ls. I don't know what ls stands for, but it just basically lists everything in your current directory. So as you can see, I did ls of my home directory, and there's only one folder. It's called public HTML. So that's pretty much it for ls. If we go into public HTML, that's the command called cd. So cd public HTML. Then we go into public HTML. As you can see, the I guess the front sort of listing changed, so you can tell that you're in public HTML. If we do ls again, you'll see that in here I have 3 separate files connecting from home.pdf. If you guys haven't downloaded or read this, this is a guide to working from home using PuTTY or connecting if you have a Mac. I posted it on the UCY's announcements. So, but meanwhile, there's 3 files connecting from home: index.html and sub.scheme, and then there's a folder called tests. So you can see that the folder and files are color coded, sort of. So so cd allows you to go into folder. At the same time, cd allows you to go up a folder. So to go up a folder using cd, you would go cd dot dot. So cd dot dot allows you to go up one directory, and you can see we're back in the home directory now. Now cd, you're not only limited to going one directory at a time. So as we can see inside the public HTML folder, we have another folder called test. So if we wanted to go to test directly, we could go cd public HTML / test, and then this will take us directly to public HTML / text. So so now we're directly in public HTML test, and then let's say we wanted to go back in the home directory. Now instead of doing cd dot dot twice in a row, which you could, we're gonna do this one command. It's still cd, but it's cd without anything after it. This will take us directly back to your home directory wherever you are in your Unix file structure. So cd without any commands allows you to go back to your home directory wherever you are. So let's head back to cd public HTML. Now if you're wondering how I did that, this is a very handy tool. For most all commands in Unix, if we do cd, this is mostly what I use it for, cd. I know my public HTML folder begins with a P, and there's only one thing in there. So I type in P, and the next thing I do is I don't type anything else. I press tab. So tab auto completes the nearest version for you, and it'll just fill it in for you. It's very convenient for file names and everything. So see public HTML. If I do ls again, here's the same things. So you'll see that if I type in cdt, and tab, and it'll autocomplete test for me. So once in test, I do ls again. So now you can see that I have 3 things in here. I have 2 folders, test2 and test3, and add.scheme. So if I were to show you the trick, if I were to try the trick now with tab, cdt, now I press tab, you'll notice that it only completes up to the test, but we have 2 folders named test2 and test3. So it auto-completes towards the closest match. So at this point we could type either 2 or 3 and it would be fine. So okay, so that's basically moving around in the directories. If I wanted to go back home, I could, well, let's just go one further. Test2 ls. I have 1 file in there. If I wanted to go home again, we go cd. So this is very simple, basic things. So next step is removing files. Or removing files is very simple. You go into public HTML. Let's see. let's say I want to remove sub.scm, right? Let's say I want to remove sub.scm. So all I do is rm sub. So the tab trick works with pretty much any command. So I just press tab right there. So s tab, and then it fills in for me. So remove sub.scm, and if I type enter, it'll remove it. So if I do ls again, you'll see that sub.scm is no longer here, right? For removing a directory, let's say I want to remove the test directory. That command is rmdir test. So okay, so here we see we ran into a problem. Unix doesn't allow you to remove non-empty directories. So you can go into the test directory, and then you can see that there's things in here. Well, let's go into test3 and see what happens. So test3 is blank, so because we just did ls, nothing popped up, so there's nothing in here. If we go back up one folder, we can try rmdir test3, and there we go. So now test3 is gone because test3 is empty, right? So then, so you can only remove empty directories with rmdir. So make sure to delete everything before then. Let's see what else. Right. That's pretty much for deleting things. That's all you'll need to do. There's one more deletion command I'll show you after I do this next part. So